And we're back. All right, guys. We're in it to win it. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks again for the Save and Dice crew. If you guys are still here, much appreciated for your companionship of this evening. Gremlin, thanks for the follow. Squirrely for the 4 months on Prime. Swirly for the 12 months. Had to fix that thing, Broseph. Yeet, indeed. We got a slew of hosts as well. You guys are kind. Much appreciated. Just in case you guys haven't seen it, I'm going to go to full cam real quick. We're trying to punish the last bit of this here. The camera and the lens was basically funded. If anything else gets raised, it's largely for the cam link. The Elgato cam link is $130, and the wall mount is about $45. Anything greater than that, if we fund any more, it literally just goes to Bubfest. Because, goddamn, it's getting expensive. And there's going to be a lot of people here. We already have 55 confirmed individuals showing up to Bubfest. Which is nuts. That's almost more than double every year thus far. So, back in Shackled Schmitty's. And we're here. So, folks, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and we're going to lose a good life. As each of you have entered back into the bathhouse for your evening, some of you from the brothel or the tavern, some of you from your church or from speaking to Dugarbas, some of you from venturing below the hold. You can tell as you enter in, even in his meditative state, it doesn't look like Ulhime's going to be going anywhere, and in presenting is the Athame, the sword. And she wasn't wrong, it does look different. It seems larger, as if it's been repaired to a degree, but you're not really sure when Dugarbras would have had the time. Pretty much gave that up the moment he lost his arm. You can investigate, but you're rather tired. You've had a long trip back from the Demon Scar. You spoke to plenty of people today. You can collect it if you'd like. You can leave it if you'd like, but the night is just that. It's over.
I'd probably just collect it so that I had it with me, and then I don't know, find a place to rest there, just so that I was nearer to the crew and to Ulhime whenever he wakes up.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay. Night is just that. A brief reprieve. It is a break. Something that you can say all too often.
Come on, push the button.
Something you don't get.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Thank you so much, Tweak, for that love. I appreciate it. And the host, my guy. Very kind of you.
Ho, 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 who's this?
There's that host. Again, the dawn. Morning is here. A break. Where is it? All four of you are centered in your resting room, which was previously the office, but it is now just a place for each of you to lay your heads. It's yours. The floor is upon you. Have at it.
Ulhime will rise from his meditative state and make his way up to the bathhouse office to see who's there, if anyone came.
Cort would have probably been up early, still cleaning around the bathhouse and such, as per usual. Morning routines and such. Upon seeing Ulhime, he would be shocked to find out that you were just kind of downstairs.
Thelsa would probably be checking out the Athame, not fully understanding what had happened to it, but trying to look over.
It's begun to adapt very bizarre features. It looks almost as if bone has been woven into the steel, and it looks more like a traditional longsword as opposed to some split cleaver prepared to hack away.
Yeah.
Ulhime will lean against the wall. She's observing it. She completed it for you.
she?
Gives her a nod.
She who?
We Joss.
I see.
A long pause before the lot of you. Rahk begins to rise. He is the last of the four of you. Sensationally so, he is very dull. At least in the mornings, it's all about that slow wake up for him. And Rahk, when you step out from your wake, the three of them are rather lively. Between cleaning, adjusting a blade, at least peering at just that, you see Ulhime. At least for the first time in a day or so.
You're all up early.
I don't really sleep much anymore.
I'm usually cleaning in the morning.
Church life starts early.
For once, I can say with zero facetiousness, you're holier than I.
I hope it remains that way. I don't tend to like getting holes. Thelsa's gonna smile.
The first, even if parsed and poor in taste, joke that has been muttered in some time.
As Ulhime kind of chuckles along, he lifts his shoulder off of the wall and kind of looks out towards the outside of the bathhouse. It's today, you know.
Yes. I had talked with Jakob, and since you weren't here yesterday, and I began to worry I don't know where you had gone, that I talked to him about making funeral arrangements. It's typical of those of the Church of Ouijas to arrange funeral arrangements.
I'm gonna go talk to him. Not sure if you want to come along, but
I would, if possible.
all right. And they'll walk over to the shed.
And I'd follow.
Get my black robes and hood and everything. I'm like, you guys ready?
Oh god. Bring him to the gallows.
As you prepare yourselves to exit the bathhouse, a figure darkens your door. A woman. Well, it seems as if I've got all of you. Good to see all of you here. The mayor wants your attention. Seems that I'm his personal errand figure these days. A gopher of sorts. I don't understand how Jared did it. But a duty to my town.
Kiana, speaking of Jared, have you seen any word on him or where he's gone since the attack?
Her cynicism drops. No. No, I've heard no word of Jared. As much as he was a pain in my ass, he still did some good for this town. And I truly hope that he is, at the very least, alive. I don't care if they kick the shit out of him. But whomever has him, I hope that they have left him alive.
Do you have any leads or any idea where we could start looking for him?
If I did, I would have exhausted them myself.
I see.
You seem as if you had some goals in mind yourself today. Whatever it is, it's gonna have to go on the back burner, at least for the moment. You've been requested, along with myself, at the Mayor's Manor.
Can you give us a few moments? We'll
I can, but I am to see you there
be
immediately.
along shortly. We'll be along shortly.
How long is shortly, Ulhime?
He looks over to Thelsa.
Can we not see to this now? I'm sure whatever is pressing you is still going to be there in 1 hour's time.
Would we still have... We have until the end of the day, correct? Or it's
You-
until noon today?
You have until dusk.
Okay, so yeah, we're good. Okay, then yeah. And you just see Ulhime's like, hey, so we're good. Sundial's fine. So
It
yeah.
needs to be done by today, but it's not quite as pressing as within the hour.
Okay. So yeah, he'll kind of just give a nod to the group, and he'll follow Kiana.
Is it tradition that all knights leave their blades on the wall and they wield brooms now?
No, I just like to clean up around here, and he would go and get his sword. Almost pretty much dropping the broom in place.
You're a knight now. You don't have... You're not expected to sweep.
While going and getting the sword.
It's not like any of them are really going to clean up around here.
He's right, you know.
I have my own buildings to clean.
I'm stronger than he is.
I just hate sweeping.
Ulhime kind of just looks around. He goes, he's helping out just like everyone else here. It's gonna take time, but we're getting it, okay?
Everyone plays a part. I understand. Though I'm
Come on, lad.
more than sure that you could have put in for any kind of assistance here at this point. You're a knight
I
now.
have.
You can take a squire, a page of your own.
I never really thought about that.
Did your master never tell you that? You had no tutelage?
No, I did. It's kind of been busy, and I kind of forgot about it. I never really considered leading someone.
So, that ass, Jared Skellering, knighted you and didn't tell you that you could take a page.
No.
He's worthless. Just what? How do you think knights become?
Oh, well, it was with a lot of practice, and then they would send us on a journey with our knight, and then we would come back and they would knight us.
If he's alive, I hope they've at least buried a boot in his ass. Worthless. Come along. Come along. The mayor will not wait much longer.
Cort will
Very well.
gladly follow along, sword in hand.
She'll lead.
He'll take. Ulhime will get some of like the soup that was kind of cooking, and he'll put in a cup and hand it off to Rahk. Seems like you can use a bit of a pick me up for the morning walk.
I appreciate this, but really, I could use a stiff slap in the face more than hot soup first thing in the morning.
Mage hand.
Are you actually mage handing?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand because I want to give him a smack in the face.
Make a ranged touch attack. Your dex plus your base attack bonus.
I don't even remember I don't know what that is. I gotta check.
Your ranged touch would be
It's your touch,
your
that's
base
range.
attack bonus plus your.
Yeah, I meant not knowing what my base attack bonus is.
Oh,
I'll never have to use it.
I'm guessing for you it should probably be like 6 or 7.
yeah, it's base attack bonus plus ability modifier, and then your size modifier if you have any or
Size
any
modifier is
base
already calculated for medium-sized creatures. Everything's based off of a medium effect of 0, so...
Yeah.
$27.
Oh, that's actually exceptional. That's very good. Does that beat your AC?
No.
I don't know if that's a joke or not. You guys are at
It's
a
a
level where
joke.
that's
It beats the shit out of my touch AC.
okay.
Actually, it's 28.
Then there is a stiff. Technically, it is a stiff 5-pound slap across the face.
Just a nice little.
That's
It's-
what they called me back in the barracks.
The 5-pound slap.
Mhm.
That's gross.
Stiff 5-pound
Stiff.
slap.
No, just stiff.
5-pound slap's the name of the solo album.
You catch this snap to the face that jars your face to the side, and when you look, your eyes kind of immediately train on Thelsa, and her hands just like this, and she just keeps moving it back and forth. You kind of feel the pressure of some invisible force off of your face. But you catch that one. You caught some hands. You
One.
caught hand.
You got you got hand.
Come catch these hands for free.
You evidently take me very seriously.
No, I just don't miss an opportunity to slap someone, especially when they ask for it.
Fair enough.
You hear from probably 20 feet from the come on, come along.
Yeah, Ulhime would already be walking with her.
Yeah, I'd catch up.
Make your way about the town, and it's like the Seven Dwarves, man. You guys are the oddest group, to be totally fair.
Look, with
Hi-ho.
Kiana here,
Hi-ho.
I finally look more normal, and they're the ones who look out of place, so I'm okay with this.
Normal.
Well, yeah, I would say that even with the company of Thelsa, because Thelsa, like every day up to this point, maintains an image of her half-elf
Mhm.
lineage, because she basically uses magical makeup to make it so.
Yep.
But you move out, you make it to the mayor's manor, and you are met by several guards, and they part way when they see that she is leading your lot. Things
Going to the
seem,
gallows.
things seem very standard. Very, very standard. When you arrive within sight of the building, the feeling shifts. It definitely changes. At this time, you can see that near the upper landing, just before the second or third floor room in this micro castle, is the mayor. Severin Navalant. Good. You've arrived. Come along, come upstairs. We have some things to speak of. It is of some importance that we must maintain diligence of news. Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. Led upstairs by Kiana. She will follow suit. Pretty simple, to be honest. Nothing super crazy. You make it inside of this private study. Ulhime has been here several times, and you can see it on his person. He does not seem to be shocked, appalled. The walls seem to be adorned with awards. If this was a modern-day room, it's like certificates, diplomas, things of that nature.
Your
But-
trophy room.
It is. It's a trophy room, but it's also a study. There is the largest, most grandiose, beautiful wooden desk with carved inlay, and
Is it mahogany?
it just seems to be very extra in its design. He sits behind it. It seems as if the fireplace has been tended to recently. Come inside. Shut the door behind you. We will not be disturbed by the guards. Perceptions, please, from everyone but Xander. Very good. The three of you almost immediately identify the most bizarre-looking shield. The make is even greater than the quality of this desk. Some of you may have seen it, actually. Others of you may have not. but within the center of the shield rests a screaming face. He keeps it near his desk, just behind it against the wall. Do you have any idea why I've invited you here today?
Cort's gonna shake his head no.
Not the foggiest.
Do you realize how long it's been since the attack on our city?
It's been about a week, right?
Yes, as much as you might expect, it's actually been closer to 11 days. Nearly 2. And we've finalized our census. We have drawn report for the amount of damages that our city has taken upon. And as each of you were found fighting for the city's survival, I felt it important that each of you know what we had lost. This also serves a dual purpose, as Ulhime has requested your attendance. But for some reason he has been incapable or indisposed and has been unable to have you here. I thought that you may not turn down a request by the mayor himself. Pauses for a moment, taking some papers, adjusting them on his desk to follow the loss. Are you aware of what our town was before the attack? Where our political and financial standings may have been, what the census may have told everyone of this town? Do you have any idea of the citizens and civilians of this place?
I'm assuming, numbered 40,000.
He looks up from his desk, flutters his eyes. No. I believe that you are very wrong. That is far more people than this town has ever seen at one single time. That is far beyond our capacity. He draws forth a bit more paperwork. Cauldron has been dignified by the king of the land as a small city, as we are only resting in the mouth of a volcano. Long since sleeping volcano, mind you, but still a small city. Our population was near 8,000. That's more than enough people to quantify as a medium city, but due to the sheer size and design, despite its enormity, we are just small. The assets of the town marked and around 5 to near 6 million gold. Neighboring countries have offered to buy our fortified location, and we were told by the king not to accept anything less than 7 million. But at this point, our bastions, our protection, and Surabao Spellmason is left upon us. The basalt walls. We believe that it is worth far more. The population is generally mixed, with about 79% of the people being human, 9% halfling, 5% gnome, 3% dwarf, 2% elf, 1% half-elf, and 1% half-orc. The outlier being various in consort. We have been decimated. Our numbers have dwindled greatly. Our population now reigns at 93% human, 3% halfling, 1% gnome, dwarf, elf, and less than 1% for half-orc and half-elf. Less than 5, to be precise, for both. Our wheat stores were completely destroyed. Fire in the southern district, near the noble homes, brought about the end of our entire wheat stores. Estimated damages to our town rounds to 1.5 million gold in damage. Our population is 3,360. We have lost more than half of the population of our city. The damages that we have sustained are mostly insurmountable, and it does not seem fortuitous that we continue ushering trade as we must rebuild from within. There are many that are going without homes. There are many that are dealing with illness. I'm sure you've heard of the many things that have been occurring in the city. Those that are starving. Those that have been uprising in an effort to eat, to protect. We've lost a number of important locations to the town. The orphanage is gone. Gurnazarn Smithy. The Surefoot Livery. West Keys Cartography and Emporium is gone. Weir's Elixirs, our last standing alchemist. Our town hall was destroyed. The Koi Nixie, destroyed. Lathenmeyer Manor, Xanathor's Provisions, Vanderborn Manor, Cusp of Sunrise, Tyget's Things, and Blue Water Academy, our only school in all of the city, is destroyed. All of the owners of their establishments also missing or killed. Along with the damages that had occurred before. Palor's still in disrepair from a fire. Weejos's temple vacant. There is now sustainable damages believed to have been even recent following the attacks to the Temple of Cort. As it stands, we are also without active religion. We are without guard as well. We are nearly lawless.
I'm gonna step forward and say, actually, there is something I've been needing to talk with someone about, preferably you. As a follower of Weejos, I have sought to it to take the church into my own hands until either someone returns or until further notice.
You are a cleric.
No, I'm a sorcerer, much like the ruby sorceress herself.
We are in dire need of clerical aid.
And I plan to look for it. If not outsourcing, then just rallying it all in one area where people know they can find it.
On top of these things, while I am grateful that you are rendering the Temple of Weejos back into commission, I do believe that the group dubbed The Last Laugh have decided to break their closeted foothold and become quite visible. There have been things that have happened here that, well, I notice. I don't know why now, likely due to the chaos that is happening around the town. But these riots are spurned from provocation. It is more than hunger that drives the people of this town. I need each of you to remember this. Write it down, tattoo it amongst your bodies. Burn it into your memory. You are some of the last standing forces of this town, even in your oddest assortment. Kiana Green needs men. The people of this town need food. We need guards. The men of this town that you see here guarding my own manor, they are under my private employ, and they are not nearly as skilled as yourselves. They're not guards. They're just to make this place look protected. I have my own things in place for this. I do not know your intentions, but I understand that Ulhime has brought to the table the idea of raising a guild house, and while I do not believe it is the right time, he has assured me that it is within the best interest of the town. Helm's tax has gone live. We will likely see more uprisings from the people. I need each of you to sign off that you wish for this to happen, that you want for this guild house to be. You also must agree to the fact that there are stipulations in place, that the town will receive a modicum amount of return, for you will be opening an establishment for employ in Cauldron. It's all written in paper. Ulhime understands this. He agreed that it would not be too much. But each of you must be aware of the costs associated, and the things that may be happening. That though it may be a guild house, and you may have dubbed it as such, and you'll be acting as leaders, as such, he will charter you as second in command to himself. Ulhime will give you an opportunity to explain this.
He steps next to the mayor and kind of faces the group. Simple enough. Every guild has to have a founding set of members, but there has to be one lead member for every guild, which is the guild master. If none of you are opposed to it, I would like to take up that mantle as that leader for the guild hall.
No opposition here.
I believe you'd make a fine leader.
Cort.
Cort's doesn't really see an issue with any of this, so
Very well. I will need everyone to sign. And if you are incapable of signing for any reason, due to illiteracy, lack of digits, or drunken stupor, you must elect someone to sign in your place. Jakob should have returned within a week's time, and he will also need to sign this document. But I assume that you wish to push this forward sooner before later.
I'll sign on his behalf.
Very well. While I may file this with the rest of the council, and they will likely accept it as such, you must also be aware that while you are acting guildmaster and guild leaders, at a moment's notice, they may remove you from the position if they feel that you have stepped out of line and that you are no longer guiding them appropriately. While you may own the building, the town and the land beneath and above are owned by Cauldron. Is this understood?
Yes.
Very well.
But is there counsel for this at least?
There will be, yes. And
Very well.
you will be in attendance. Just know that it is a bit of a kangaroo jury if you fuck up, for lack of better words. Though I believe if you are falling out of line, your comrades will alert you to this. This is all that I've needed you for on this day. I'm sure that there will be more bits of information coming through. We will file paperwork, we will make copies, and to the detriment of those lost, it will be a slow process, but you have been granted permission upon the moment of signing. What's troubling is that reported in that many of the bodies of those slain have gone missing. We do not know why. We're not sure as to what may have caused this. But some of the townsfolk, their bodies were never located. We discovered blood, a mess, a scuffle of sorts, and though we lack the proper investigative approach, we do believe that there is some foul play about. There is also a taint on the soil. Some of the people are reporting ill. This is why we need clerical help. If you happen to have favors outside of the city, and you personally know clerics, call upon their aid. They are sought after in this time. We need their assistance, and there needs to be more than you, Ulhime. And a sorceress, though capable and as beautiful as yourself, you will need to bring clerical aid to this town. Have you technically been appointed as leader by the other temples of Ouijas?
Not as of yet. I have just started attending the area recently. I have yet to travel out of town, especially for means of such, and if I had, it would have been for means of different manner that were not as far as Red Gorge or to the approaching towns.
Very well. The last bit that I will leave you with is that we are also noticing a small uprising in peasant militia. They are upset at as much lawlessness as you may expect, and in turn, they are gathering their tools, their weapons, to defend themselves even against our very guard, or what remains of it. They will not see me as a figurehead for their safety at the moment, because I am the one enforcing the tax. Do me this one favor for the town, please, and dissolve the militias as peacefully as possible. Bring about no more harm upon them.
Very well.
They're organizing in the Lakeside Pavilion. I've seen them myself, but I dare not go inside. I represent a particular lot that they do not care for. Please, and he spins paper around on the desk, dabbing quill. Sign here.
Ulhime will be the first to sign the first spot.
I'd sign thereafter.
Cort after Thelsa.
With some slight hesitation, Rahk would join.
Okay.
And then Ulhime will sign Jacob's spot at the bottom.
I understand that this is most bizarre for you, Rahk, as you are relatively new to this town, and you have already been thrown into responsibilities that you probably do not deserve.
Frankly, I don't fully understand what I'm signing up for yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Courageous.
Some may call it foolhardy.
Hopefully you are not, or at least as courageous as he may be deigned as stupid. Pointing directly to Ulhime. This is all. I'll push the paperwork through, and again, it will be slow, but you can go about the processes now. You'll not be stopped, nor will you be questioned by any official of the town. If anything, the peasantry may be interested in finding out what's happening to the bathhouse due to workers' repair and colored labor.
Mayor, about the pathway that I talked about, the underside of the bathhouse.
Go on.
Would you be okay with it being converted into a private roadway if there needs to be larger materials to be pushed through? Also, it's not technically our property, so I thought you should be informed there's copper down there, and it looks like there's lots of it.
A copper mine. Was anyone else aware of this?
I don't like it down there. I stay out of there if I can.
I thought that Cort and Rahk went down and discovered this.
I didn't know that there was copper down there.
That's what the.
Oh wait, no, you're. Oh yeah, no, you're right. We did actually. So yeah, Cort would raise his hand meekly and say, me and Rahk found some copper down there before.
Is it of substantial vein size?
Going back to the map that he showed him, I don't know if he still has it on him, but Ulhime will ask, do you have the map that I gave you from before?
He rifles through some papers in his desk, and then he'll lay it out, kind of draw out this larger portion that you've delivered to him.
He points from like the starting point from where he sees it, and then he goes, and it runs all the way through here. As far as the caldera itself runs, I don't know how deep it is. So if you want, we can put up a notice on the job board saying that there's mining work to be done, but I don't know if it's something you want to do. We can use that and export it out for some extra money.
Seems worthy to consider. As far as the trading route beneath a private road, this must be documented and become public knowledge.
That's why I was asking you now. So it wasn't something so secretive, just for larger product to be moved through.
It's something that I must make public to the council, and
that's perfectly fine.
Then again, it must be known to the general public. If you have a private road leading directly into the bathhouse, I'm not saying that you do. But if you wish to keep it private, then keep it private. You understand?
Kind of thinking about it, he looks back up. No, I think a sense of transparency is good.
Good. Then I will report immediately. Draw any paperwork. Find and consort with a cartographer, someone that can draw the lines. We must know everything about it, and we will likely divine our own path additionally to break away from the bathhouse, or whatever you may call it, the guild house of sorts.
Very well.
Is that all?
For the mining job, is that something you're setting up, or is it something that we need to post? As I said, as far as it goes right now, the area beneath the bathhouse isn't our property.
It is discovered in your name. Reported by Ulhime Shieldbearer, notarized by the rest of his guild mates. We will seek our own profits from it, and we will arrange for a proper mining crew, but you will also gain a financial boon, I believe.
Any proceeds we get will go directly to the city.
This will bode well with the council.
Very well.
Well, then off with ye. Go on. I have paperwork to file and more people to meet. Well, not as many as I'd like, but we do with what we have.
Good day, Mayor.
It was good to finally meet you.
He nods.
I'd say as I was leaving.
You exit. Kiana meets you outside. A guild house. That's bold. What do you intend to do with this guild house? You going to employ more people to be much like yourselves?
Hopefully better.
That was the only appropriate answer, Ulhime. And I saw that you signed Jakob's name. I
did.
I get that he is second in command of the guard, but that just means that he's first under my thumb. I'd like to find out that he doesn't train anyone personally.
The guild house is going to be for labor work mostly. Masonry, blacksmithing. If we can convert certain parts of it, potentially even specialized farming and alchemy. No militia work should be done down there, at least not to I don't have any plans for it to be done. And of course, the bathhouse will be refixed to be both a food hall as well as a bathhouse to stimulate some business through it again.
All I have to say is keep your nose clean. Stay away from troubles. And be better than you are.
Trying to.
Now I have to
For what
find out
it's
about a
worth.
sickness. What? Go on.
For what it's worth, the stipulations for us are we report to you in times of trouble, so we are technically still employed under you.
Wonderful.
Would you mind if I came along for regards of this sickness? I had heard a little bit about it, but I am interested to see if I can try and figure something out about it.
I mean this entirely no offense, but I work best alone. And when I know more, I would be happy to report in, at least if you are curious, as now temporary standing leader of the Temple of Ouijas, our only active cleric.
Yes. I'll do what I can to look into diseases or some of the sort.
Very
And
well.
if you do get back to me, I'll see if I can relate them to anything I can find.
Miss Kiana, is there anything that I can do for you? For the guard?
All you can do as the mayor said, talk down the militia. If they're so eager to raise arms, convince them to fight for the town.
Cort's gonna kind of get a pensive look on his face for a second.
And figure out what it means to actually be a knight and raise a page. This town is in dire need of protection, and the knight's code is difficult to follow. Someone must continue the next generation of those brave, valiant, and stupid enough to fight for honor.
He's gonna kind of give a small bow.
Now I have to find a jackass. No, not you. The previous. Never mind. Where the hell is Jared? She wanders off.
Let's head back. Well, no. Let's head down to Ash Avenue. We need to see what's going on. If we can at least talk to the people and figure out what it is that they're directly upset about, we can at least stay them up for a day or two, and then we can talk to Dugo Bros after.
Cort's
Do you mind if I head over to the temple for a few, just to look into some diseases while you guys head down?
That's fine.
I don't know that I'll be much diplomatic aid. Not my cup of tea, so to speak.
It's fine.
Okay. I'll be there when you do plan on heading back to go.
No problem. So yeah, Ulhime will make his way down to Ash Avenue, going
Okay.
to the pavilion.
Okay.
Also, know that if I make Chobbs my squire, I'm gonna turn him into a fucking buff boy.
All right. Just as each of you
Try.
deign in breaking away from each other with your plans. Whoops. Yeah, we're going to go with this one. It is, at this time, that there is a gust of wind, a
That's
break
fire.
in the air, and the volcano shakes.
Yeah, we should deal with Dougal Bro instead.
You feel a and a bubbling. A simmer from the top side of the volcano's lake. Do each of you turn?
Yeah.
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 That steam rising from the lake, that center mass, that ripple, that represented a tear in your world, now alit with flame. And this is where we're going to end today's session.
Ooh.
Looks like I'm not going to the temple.
Not the temple.
I'm not going to the temple.
Not the
Not
temple.
happening.
I got other things to attend to now.
Not a tampon.
You know, I never once considered the fact that the fire people were going to invade and we were in a volcano. I always just thought that they would be like the frost giant ninjas.
I just like that one of them was that I accrued an orc or a troll, I don't remember, as an enemy, and it was the Blue Duke, and then he just died. And I was like, well, got no more enemies. Easy peasy.
After next session, it's going to determine whether or not all was actually well until the Fire Nation attacked or not.
Oh god. So now we have to run back to our base and stab Dobro in the face.
If this is the
to
plan
crush
of
his
fire.
scope.
I want to kill him with the Athame.
Look, what we
You're like,
what we
"Hey,
need
I got
to
it,
do
see?"
is we need to lodge a sword into his stone. That's all we have to do.
Well, luckily, no matter how much you guys talk, you will have moments to figure out how to remove him.
Look.
There's not going to be long conversations. And I would really implore each of you to not talk about it after stream ends. No private messages. I really want the drama to be up on the next session. Because depending on how long you hold it, could mean that the town's population shrinks even further.
Yay. Let's see if we can knock it down to an even 2,000.
That should be easy enough.
Just let it go on for like 8 seconds.
We just gotta help more people. I'm just kidding. That's not nice.
To answer Mokari's question in chat, Frost Giant Assassins were only after Klaus.
Yes.
And Klaus
Yeah.
is dead, so they're gone.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're also gone.
They-
I think those
they
were all
definitely
the
exist.
rival parties that were after us. Was the Frost Giants and then Assassins, and the Frost Giants just became the Assassins, which is terrifying.
It was
And
Frost
then, and
Giants,
then I got
Assassins, Clowns, and
for some reason I was remembering clowns.
Vagrants, I believe.
Say it.
Vagrants, yeah. It was basically, it was the Insane Clown Posse. It was
the circus was after me.
clown juggalos, essentially. They were coming to kill you. The circus, yeah.
Clown Juggalos, Frost Giant Assassins, and then I had a half. Or I don't remember if it was an orc, leader of an orc party, or leader of a troll party.
Leader of an orc party.
Yeah, that was the one. And him. Then he just died along with all of the orcs. So
Okay. I'm going to go through my spiel, but I want to give you guys an opportunity. I know some of you have been fervently building your own brands or trying to network and grow yourselves. I know some of you obviously don't care, but if you are a streamer or if there's anything that you wanted to, report in about, this is your chance. Maybe about a Discord that you're growing or a stream that you're building. Have at thee. Would anybody like the floor?
Hit up my small YouTube channel at youtube.com/Markiplier. You can catch me there 6 days a week uploading funny gaming videos.
You're an idiot. All right.
Twitch.tv/Ben Briggs.
God damn it. Okay. All
How
right.
about me /Ben Briggs?
Anything from you, Annie? Maybe you want to talk about your stream. Are you still regularly streaming?
Not regularly enough.
Okay.
Work has just been kicking my ass, but I do stream every so often.
Well, if somehow magic happens and the VR thing occurs, then I imagine I'll draw you back into stream at least for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll make sure to come along.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like I said, I will personally set up that Beat Saber mod with fucking TeamViewer if I have to.
Gross.
Yeah, I know.
Pinto Beans subbed for 21 months in a row.
Pinto.
I actually told Pinto earlier about Sasha. Pinto, before you say anything, they have no idea about what I told you about that thing.
Oh boy.
But they do know that she is, at least in some facet, a red dragon. So,
Poggers.
if you guys are new, or if you're not, check out, well, everything. There's the social stuffs, Boom, bam, social.
I won't be here next week.
Okay.
Yeah. Monday's my birthday, and I'm working it, and that's kind of a shitty thing for me.
Damn.
Boo.
Thank you, Pinto. Much appreciated, buddy. Check out the Discord, guys. It's totally free. The Facebook is updated daily. The Twitter, my very odd ramblings, plus me attempting to network with really cool people there. YouTube, everything gets backlogged, so if you happen to just catch the end of this, then you can go watch all the previous stuff, too. Go check it out. And then there's Patreon. Keep the stream alive, keep the dream alive. Today is going to be the last day that we're funding the cam stuff. So, we have the cam and we have the lens, but we still did not quite acquire the wall mount or the cam link. The cam link's 130, the mount is 45. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Or we won't. Yeah. Just like that. And we'll be able to put all the new things in place. My computer is VR ready. It is Switch ready as soon as we start acquiring those things. Yes. So, that's going to be it for us tonight, guys. I've got to go do some yoga and what have you. Who else knows what's going to be happening? But I'll be back in Discord tonight, so check it out. Again, one last time. There's the Discord. Do the damn thing. And we'll catch you guys there. Peace! We're out of here. Have a good one.